Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and today I do want to go and let you guys know on one thing before we get off into this episode, is that this is going to be the potential finale here. This is my first attempt with this, within the 3 phases of what this Shadar battle is going to be entailing throughout here. Now, the only reason why that I did go and unfortunately did not get the whole entire W within this battle is because that since there is 3 different phases, I used up on majority of all the different items that I had in my arsenal. I know that during our team party that we actually do have, I know that some of our guys are not in the best type of state at this point in time when it comes to this Shadar battle, but we did do really well within the first 2 phases. It's just that the 3rd phase was just a little bit more tricky than it actually has to be because the MP items that I originally had before, they were all gone, and I had to use up on those within the other 2 battles from beforehand. But within these 2 videos for today, not only are we going to be doing our time with just Ni No Kuni, of course, we are going to be doing some more of Valkyria time as well too, and we are going to have to go and move off into some more of what the Spirit Temple is going to be, and we'll have to go and use the Young Link functionality within the first part of the Spirit Temple, and then we'll move off into a little bit of some side things before we go and jump into Spirit Temple Part 2, which that's going to have to be dealing out with Adult Link. Now, this segment here is going to be pretty crazy for what is going to be showing up, for what Shadar is going to be talking about here, because if we go and try to knock out with Shadar at this point in time, apparently, for what Shadar is going to be saying here at some point within the cutscene, is that if we go and knock him out, it's also going to be, basically attacking ourselves as well too, and giving us ourselves some sort of sacrifice, which that's not all that too good. So it seems like Shadar and ourselves has some sort of soulmate bond between each other, between the 2 different worlds, which that's not good at all. Now, Shadar's 3 phases have 3 different type of names. I believe there's Shadar the Executor that we went and fought back over at the Autumnia area just before it. And but then he also has a second form, which kind of looks like almost like a I want to say somewhat looks like Ganondorf as like a warrior type of form that's going to be showing up, and then also too as well, there's the final form, which that is going to be where he's going to be a very big, huge, giant type of creature that's going to be showing up, and that's going to be causing some damage, which that is the problem that I was facing. And I did say before, I think in the last episode, is that basically the 1st and the 3rd form are actually somewhat relatively hard, but the second one is not all that bad. But just make sure that you do have a lot of light moves, and also as well too is just keep on using the unleash power to do a lot of damage to him, because the amount of damage that you'll go and do should at least be able to hopefully try to take him down as quickly as possible.
Oh, pure-hearted one. Now, speak true. Do you still...
Oh yeah, we'll destroy Shadar hopefully with every fiber of our being within our first attempt.
We can't fight him, that's for sure.
Maybe what Shadar says is true, but things just can't go on like this. I've got to put an end to it, and I'm gonna need your help. I want you right now.
Well, of course. I know that Esther and Swain, and also with Drippy, have always been by our side, right? We met Drippy since the very beginning of episode 1, and he was there with us from our time. And then we met up with Esther as well too, basically from the Alma Moon area, and we went and helped out with her get her broken-hearted situation all taken care of, and then also with Swain back over at the Castaway Cove as well.
Do you truly mean to fight?
I don't care anymore.
In that case, let me welcome you to
And here we go. Now the battle with the first form of Shadar is going to be here, the Executor. Now, we've already kind of know a little bit about what Shadar's moves are all about, basically from our first type of encounter with this dude. So he does have that bleak winter storm or whatever it's known as, and then he also has a few other different moves. I think it's known as like fire, I think, or pyre. which that basically is like somewhat of a AoE type of effect move, so you want to be somewhat careful from that. But yeah, the Bleak Midwinter, that is the annoying move that's going to be mostly going to be showing up around over here. But yeah, so light damage does do very well there. There's the pyre damage. That's going to be really annoying as well too. It's just like a move that will basically home on into you and then basically just rapidly do a lot of damage there. But we do have Twinkle Twinkle, which that's going to be somewhat pretty helpful for what Floroboros is going to be doing, and that's what majority of what's going to be happening from here is that I'm going to be switching between both with Oliver and Floroboros, and seeing how much damage that we can all put in together. So we're going to go and bring out with the Everblade. Oh yeah, we're going to bring out the Guardian out here, Guardian of the Golden Grove, to go and do some slicing up of some damage up there. So very nice. And after a little bit of some time, it seems like Shadar is almost going to be done and out here pretty soon. Yeah, unfortunately he's got one more Bleak Midwinter out here before we go and actually get the dub that we do need. But it looks like King is going to give out the last hit, it seems like. Come on, there we go. So King did really well there. Got the last knockout there. But there's no saving.
I should have known. We share a soul after all. But the darkness runs deeper than you know.
Whoa, what type of spell is he going to be casting out here?
Deeper.
Oh, well, isn't that the puppet? The puppet string spell? So yeah, so this man is going to literally create like some sort of like puppet Ganondorf situation that's going to be showing up here. And we're going to have to go and fight this dummy of his. The Phantom Ganon of what this area is going to be all about. The Eternal Knight. The darkest demon of despair. This guy is basically not that hard. This guy is actually fairly simple if you can actually be able to knock him out pretty fast. Now, the one move that you have to be really careful with this guy is the Onslaught move. Onslaught does like almost about like 100 amount worth of damage. And hopefully you at least have like some really nice good defensive equipment that's going to be around, because once that move happens, you're probably going to be needing to heal up quite a bit. But just getting off with just the light moves and everything, and all that other stuff, his damage will basically go down very fast. Okay. So now we're going to go and throw it with the Floroboros there, setting up for the Twinkle Twinkle. That should at least be able to do enough damage. 51. Unfortunately, I don't think we're all that too close up to where he was at. But let's go for an Unleash, and let's go and throw it down here with the Everblade. Let's see how much that's going to do. Okay, that's a little bit better. 198 right there. So yeah, so there's his regular move that happens. You want to watch out for when he goes and basically goes and does that there. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to like just keep on just absolutely just spamming out on that move there. So yeah, so here comes out with the Onslaught move. This is where things can get a little bit hectic. So now Drippy's gonna kind of let us know that we have to go and try to get hopefully a 1-up on this guy, so that we can at least go and make sure that we can critical knock him out there. And after a little bit of some time, this is where I've kind of ran out on a little bit of the items that I do have. So if you guys already go and see, I have like 0 MP at this point in time just because of this guy. But let's go and see what else I can go and do. We'll probably have to go and swip around into bring out with more maybe. Come on! You can do this! We only are just doing like roughly like 13, like 12 damage. But Swain is still alive, so he can still at least be able to go and come on. We're just almost there. There's like maybe like a few more different hits right there, and we should at least be golden. But the good thing is that with his attacks, though, it actually is pretty defensive-wise with more, so we don't really have to really worry about that. And we're just slowly running out of stamina as well, too. Okay, so we're all back to being all healed up again. And let's go out with Lucario once more. Come on. Oh, look at that. He's just like, oh, just a sliver of health there. Gonna use that that Dark Ages move. Gonna have to dodge out that. And come on, let's do it. And I think with just another hit, there we go. Finally, the Eternal Knight is down and out. This puppet is no more. And now we're going to be seeing Shadar in his true, actual form. That's going to happen. And this kind of almost resembles a little bit about like how in Yokai Watch 4 we kind of went and saw something like this.
My soul, impressive. But when despair consumes the heart, it gives birth to a power still more terrible. It is despair that will defeat you. You and all else. I am the Executor, charged with bringing destruction to this world. Behold, the power of the Dark
Oh man.
Djinn.
So now he's going to be summoning out this thing. So Shadar is going to get more beefed up than what he originally was from the last time. Okay, so here we go, and the battle area is set for this one. So what's going to happen here is that with Shadar being in his giant formation out here, the Dark Djinn, he does have some really annoying moves that you want to at least make sure that you dodge out of the way from. And the good thing is that you can be able to go and dodge on out of the way, because his moves are not going to be like homing or anything. It's just that you want to just make sure that you don't really stand in his line of sight. But again, the light damage and other things will be able to do super effective onto him. So he does have Circle of Hell, which you want to be very careful about and make sure that you move on out of the way from that. Okay, there we go. Did 203 damage right there. So not a bad start. We're not going to have to go and throw on some Arrow of Light though. So now he has another move known as Despair, which that can be somewhat pretty annoying as well, but just stand back from it. And it looks like it can also cause up with Curse as well, and that's what happened with Esther right there. Another Twinkle Twinkle move, and it's going to do 197, so not bad either. Yeah, so just be really careful, like when he goes and like does that slap attack though. This kind of feels like a little bit like Batman Arkham Asylum. I don't know if you guys have ever went and played through that game before, but there's that Scarecrow battle that you have to go and do within like the giant formation of him. This is what it kind of like reminds me a little bit about it. But let's go with another Twinkle Twinkle. Alright, not bad. Now, if I had more MP items, this would actually be somewhat pretty nice for me to go and do, because I would have been able to at least get myself a nice good win throughout here. Because, like, with the amount of, like, the 200 damage that I'm doing, if I kept on doing that for, like, quite a while, we would at least be, like, somewhat safe here. Yeah, so Drippy's just kind of giving us a little bit of a warning just to make sure to, be very careful for when this World's End move actually does happen. Because this will go and destroy it on everybody. But even though that's like his biggest move, he actually does get worn out. So you can go and try to do all the attacks that you do need from it. And unfortunately as well too, I only have like roughly around like just 12 MP left. So even if I went for another move, it's not going to be doing a whole heck of a lot. Okay, so we'll go for our last arrow of light here, and that will take us all the way down to 0 now. Oh boy, here goes that with another circle of hell. Yeah, just stay far away from that. Oh man. Wow. Just my attacks themselves only just do like roughly just 1 damage. Let's see, what else do we have in our items here? All that I really do have is just the bread left. So we got the blast from beyond, which that's going to be a really crazy move right there. Well, I don't know. Barker can't really go and do anything right now at this point in time. Jeez. Well, there goes Swain.
Here goes nothing.
So now we're the last member standing, I guess. Goes up with another circle as hell. Well, at least we stayed far away from that. Oh, come on, but why? No, that's horrible. Just walking around into that. Yeah, unfortunately when you have to go and literally click on the attacking move, it's like it moves you forward into the actual line of sight that you want to go and do. And here goes the foil sweep. There we go.
I'm sorry, Mom.
And that's the end right there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And of course, peace.